Hi, hello, and welcome, Earth signs. How we vibing? How we doing? I don't know about you guys, but I feel this like fresh new energy with Neptune now being in Aries. That last degree of Pisces is that was some shit. That was some crazy. Anyway, feeling bright, feeling fresh. Looking forward to seeing how this energy is going to start to expand itself. How we're going to be experiencing it throughout the month of April. Whose astrology, much like March's, is pretty jaw dropping, pretty incredible. I am not one of those like doom and gloom readers or astrologers. I'm also a baby astrologer. So when I'm looking into predictions, I'm working with pretty much the basics. But what I see for everybody, regardless of your sign, is a lot of radical accepting of reality. A lot of people. Let's see this. So if you guys are familiar with my Patreon, you guys know that I struggle with lighting like on a daily basis. It's a whole thing. I am seeing a lot of room for putting our money where our mouth is, radical come to Jesus moments of kind of really accepting where we're at and deciding if we want to stay where we're at, if we want to move forward, and lots of beginnings, lots of taking initiative. If you've been feeling like you've been in any kind of place of inertia, especially over the past like 6 months or so, really over the past like three, you're going to be getting some fresh new happy energy. So we're going to start in order. We're going to start with Taurus. This does not have to be for your sun sign necessarily. This could be for a rising sign, Taurus Venus, Taurus Jupiter, strong placement in your chart. But let's see what the month of April is bringing to you. What are some energies that you're going to be playing around? You know what? That's so funny. I had a feeling it was going to be this card. So I did the monthly readings for fire signs yesterday, and this card showed up twice. And I have a feeling it's going to continue to show up for everybody. This card, I usually start left to right, but I feel like it really represents the coming out of this Neptunian fog, with this Piscean Neptunian fog, with Neptune moving into Aries out of the last degree of Pisces, us remembering like, oh my God, yeah, this is what I'm capable of. This is what I'm here to do. This is what I want to do. Between Neptune being in the last degree of Pisces, the Mars retrograde, the Venus retrograde, with the Mercury retrograde, there's been a lot of like, what the actual is going on? Like, who am I? What am I doing here? What are we doing here? Am I where I'm supposed to be? Am I doing what I want to be doing? And it's been kind of hard to figure that out because while Neptune is beautiful and wonderful and compassionate, loving, artistic, imaginative, it's also very foggy and very dense energetically, primarily in that last degree, because that's the culmination of all of the energy, all of the lessons and the degrees before it. So Two of Pentacles, higher perspective, remember who you are for Taurus. Any two in tarot is going to be about choice, how we're choosing to engage with that particular element. In this case, the earth element, your body, money, practical matters. I am feeling some kind of intuitive energy around, it feels like investments. Like this feels like, do I want to invest in a big project? Or do I need to get investors for a big project? This feels kind of like the plotting stages of something bigger. I'm feeling a real estate component to this. The higher perspective, remember who you are. If you are in that category of people where you feel like the fog is kind of starting to lift now that Neptune is in Aries, I think if you've had any insecurity or doubt about where to put your money, time, or how to get things financed, that's going to shift. I feel a lot of wisdom coming in for Taurus regarding your money in the month of April. I'm also feeling a lot of discernment. So say you're somebody who is like, has been asking for opinions or advice from other people, or other people are feeling kind of giving you unsolicited advice on what to do with your money, your investments. This is where you're kind of like, I can see through all that BS, and now I know exactly what I want to do and where I want to put it. Body stuff has been showing up a lot already for the month of April. So this could also be remembering that you have a body. I feel like, again, last degree of Neptune and Pisces, lots of dissociation, lots of being very like up here and not so much in here. So deciding how we want to take better care of ourselves, Taurus. Do we need to eat better? Do we need to sleep more? Do we need to disengage from social media a little bit? Do we need to get outside and touch some grass? Do I need to go be with people that make me feel affirmed? Am I dressing the way I want to? There's a lot about like physical representation that I am also picking up here. In general, this feels really clarifying for Taurus. This feels two of Pentacles also can provide like a lot of balance. This feels balanced. I feel like I'm on both feet. I feel like I can take a breath and pause without as much urgency as maybe I'm used to or feel like should be there. So for April, Taurus, just take your time. When it comes to any decision making, make sure it is coming from a grounded place. But I feel a good month for you regarding money and your relationship with your body. Loving that. Loving that. Okay. Moving right along to Virgo. The Virgo reading I did today for the Tarot for Zodiac, which I will post later tonight, was so good. I'm wondering if April in general is just going to be a killer month for you, Virgo. So let's see, Queen of Wands. What else we got for Virgo? The Outlaw. Oh, I'm loving this energy. Listen to the music of your soul. Lots of authenticity coming through for Virgo. This Queen of Wands, right? The Queen of Creation, the Queen of okay, I'm just going to give you what's coming through the channel. I'm hearing social discipline. I've never heard that term before in my life, so do with that what you will. I guess my take on that is how to behave in certain social circles. The Queen of Wands is very, very good at being social, period. Like she can kind of dress to fit the mood. She's very captivating. People want to be with her. She wants to be with other people. So this could be a month, Virgo, where you're getting a little bit more engaged socially, going outside more, going to more events. This is kind of giving April 5th. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, I have to be kind of careful about what I say on this channel. Just type in April 5th and day of action and see what shows up. But it's giving a little bit of like, I'm going to let them know. I'm going to let them know. It's giving a little bit of deconstruction from patriarchy. It's giving a little bit of deconstruction from colonized thinking, from potential religious abuse. So like I feel a lot of being emboldened because you're now choosing yourself over what you think you should be doing or what society says you should be doing, what certain communities say you should be doing. It's giving very, I'm living for me. It's giving freedom. I'm feeling activation in both my solar plexus chakra and also my heart chakra. So we're feeling into our action, inspired action, doing things because they feel good. I'm hearing storytelling as well coming through for one of you with a Virgo placement. So I don't know if you've been thinking about writing a kid's book, if you like to do book reading, but it does feel like I'm reading a story or offering a story towards the youth specifically. And I kind of love that. I feel like we need more inspiring stories for kids these days because a lot of us have become very, very cynical, just in the age of social media and in the age of, late stage capitalism and all that good stuff. This Outlaw card, I'm going to actually pull just one more like clarifier for this to see if this is what I think it is. The Tower. Yeah, dude. If you are somebody who's feeling socially politically charged right now, go do what you need to do. It's giving the fall of empire and who I want to be within that, who I'm becoming because of that. And I'm just gonna leave that there. I think these readings are going to be pretty short and sweet this month. But Virgo, I love this. I think this is saying yes to you. I feel like you've done some healing around imposed narratives that don't belong to you, that don't serve you. And now you're just kind of marching to the beat of your own drum. So congrats, bestie. All right, let's look next at, and finally, at Capricorn. See what's coming for Capricorn. That's going to drive some of you with the neurospiciness crazy. I just know it. Okay, let's see. Don't come at me. I am very neurospicy if you can't tell. What's going on with Capricorn? Okay, lots of matters of the heart. And this might be a little bit hot off the heels of the reading I gave on TikTok earlier today to bring on the Haggitude. This is one of my favorite cards in this deck, and it's not just because I'm an old bitch. It's because I just love the art. I love the concept. Um, Again, kind of short and sweet with Capricorn, but it's giving self-compassion. This is Queen of Cups. It's giving I'm honoring myself where I'm at, and those of you who are wrestling with aging, whatever that means to you, because I think age is yes, it's a number and it's linear, but your interpretation of it is incredibly subjective. I know some 30-year-olds that are already calling themselves old, and I'm like, that's cute, that's really cute, but like it's also a state of mind, right? And also, if you're a woman or a femme, there's a lot of pressure put on us regarding aging, how we're supposed to look, how we're, I heard a woman say to me in a reading that, oh, well, when you're older, you lose value. I, anyway, my jaw should have stayed in place because I know, especially for women and femmes, that is still a narrative that needs to go away. Aging is a privilege. Aging, I've had the pleasure of working in, an environment where most of the women that were there were quite a bit older than me by at least 20 years or so. And I have never felt more comfortable, more seen, more validated, and enjoyed spending time with people more than them because they were so easy to talk to. They gave so few F's about anything. They were happy. They had learned how to cultivate their peace. They weren't afraid to call out things like they actually saw them. So Capricorn, if there's something going on regarding your sense of like aging, getting older, I feel like the month of April is an opportunity for you to lean into different ideas around it. If the current ones are making you feel not great, um, we need people to age. Like we need people, we need elders. I actually had a dear friend refer to me as one of their queer elders today, and I had tears in my eyes because that's especially in the queer community. Um, Not everybody makes it, not everybody makes it for a lot of different reasons, right? So, Capricorn, this is all to say, if you can teach yourselves or lean into narratives around like aging gracefully, no matter what age you're at. Like I remember at 20 something years old, I started noticing white and silver hair coming in. And to be honest with you, I knew that there was a narrative in there that was supposed to tell me, oh no, like now you're going to have to dye your hair all the time because you're turning gray. I was stoked, man. I was stoked to get silver and white hair. I thought it made me look, and it does because I have a huge patch of it now. It makes me look so cool. I feel like I've earned those stripes. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what I have for Capricorn. Great besties. Um, for Earth signs, honestly, that felt pretty gentle. Felt pretty nice. Maybe April will just be a month of kind of, coming back to the body, grounding, getting a little bit more centered. Again, we're going through some pretty big planetary shifts throughout the month of April. There's a lot going on with the North Node. I did make a video about the astrology for April. So if you have not watched that, go ahead and check it out. Subscribe if you have not yet subscribed. If you want more information, you can always check my link tree in my bio, message me here, or check out the Patreon. All right, y'all stay fresh.